It's Saturday, April the 25th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, China's DeepSeek launches its V4 flagship model. Meta and Microsoft together announce more than 20,000 job cuts as AI spending intensifies. And Alphabet commits up to $40 billion to Anthropic. Let's get into it.
China's DeepSeek released preview versions of its latest flagship AI model on Friday, unveiling V4 Flash and V4 Pro, and calling it the most powerful open-source platform yet. The Hangzhou-based startup says the new models post top-tier performance on coding benchmarks, with significant advances in reasoning and agentic tasks. A new technique called hybrid attention architecture extends memory across long conversations, and the context window now reaches 1 million tokens, enough to ingest entire code bases or lengthy documents in a single prompt. The release comes 1 year after DeepSeek shocked global markets and renewed pressure on Western AI labs to defend their lead.
Now to Silicon Valley layoffs.
Meta told employees on Thursday it will eliminate roughly 8,000 jobs, about 10% of its workforce, with cuts taking effect May 20th. Another 6,000 open roles are also being slashed, according to an internal memo first published by Bloomberg. Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg has redirected resources toward AI infrastructure, model development, and chatbot products, while setting 2026 capital spending guidance between $115 and $135 billion, almost double last year. Combined with Microsoft's announcement, the cuts have stoked concerns about a wider AI-driven labor squeeze, with more than 92,000 tech workers laid off this year alone.
Microsoft tries a quieter exit.
Microsoft launched its first-ever voluntary retirement program in its 51-year history, offering thousands of long-tenured U.S. employees an exit package with extended healthcare benefits. The buyouts target workers at the senior director level and below whose age plus years of service equals 70 or more. The move comes as Microsoft pours record sums into AI infrastructure while looking to control costs. Combined with Meta's announcement of 8,000 layoffs, the two firms confirmed more than 20,000 potential job cuts on Thursday, intensifying the debate over whether the AI boom is fueling a parallel jobs bust across big tech.
On to chip deals.
Amazon Web Services landed one of its biggest customer wins yet on Friday, signing a multi-year agreement with Meta to deploy tens of millions of AWS Graviton CPU cores across Meta's compute portfolio. Meta becomes one of the largest Graviton customers globally, with the deployment scaling further as the social giant's agentic AI workloads expand. Both companies framed agentic AI as increasingly a CPU story, not just a GPU story, with the new Graviton 5 chips purpose built for inference and orchestration tasks. The deal extends Meta's long-standing relationship with AWS and signals real diversification beyond its existing reliance on NVIDIA accelerators.
Big money flows to Anthropic.
Alphabet revealed on Friday it will invest up to $40 billion in Anthropic, the maker of the Claude family of AI models. $10 billion are committed up front, with another $30 billion contingent on Anthropic hitting performance milestones. Bloomberg reports the upfront tranche values Anthropic at roughly $350 billion. The deal deepens an already complex relationship. Google is both an Anthropic investor and a direct competitor through its Gemini family, while also providing Anthropic with massive cloud infrastructure on Google's TPU chips. The investment marks one of the largest single AI commitments by a hyperscaler so far this year.
From the Valley, a new fund.
Instacart co-founder Apoorva Mehta launched Abundance on Friday, a Palo Alto-based hedge fund where artificial intelligence agents make every trading decision. Backed by $100 million in seed equity, the firm employs thousands of bots that scan the internet for ideas, run research, pick long and short positions, size bets, and execute trades automatically. Meta said his 10-person team currently trades primarily its own capital and plans to accept outside money over time. He cited OpenAI's O3 reasoning model as the spark for believing generative AI could now drive consequential capital allocation decisions, claiming abundance has already outperformed multiple unnamed market indexes.
On to electric vehicles.
Tesla used its earnings call on Wednesday to raise 2026 capital spending above $25 billion, up from a January estimate of $20 billion and nearly triple last year's total. Chief Financial Officer Vaibhav Taneja described an aggressive multi-year investment phase targeting AI training infrastructure, semiconductor research at the new Austin Fab, robo-taxi rollout, and the launch of the Optimus humanoid robot. The carmaker confirmed preparations for its first full-scale Optimus factory will begin in the second quarter, with a production line designed to manufacture 1 million robots per year. Chief Executive Elon Musk avoided specific delivery commitments on the timing of either Optimus or robo-taxi at scale.
Wall Street turns to NVIDIA.
NVIDIA opened a new agentic AI frontier on Friday with the launch of its Vera Rubin platform, bringing 7 new chips into full production for the world's largest AI factories. The platform integrates the Vera CPU, Rubin GPU, the next-generation NVLink switch, ConnectX-9 SuperNIC, Bluefield 4 DPU, Spectrum 6 Ethernet, and a newly added Grok 3 LPU, all designed to operate together as a unified system across training and inference. Investors cheered the announcement, sending NVIDIA shares to a record close on Friday, and pushing the chipmaker's market capitalization back above $5 trillion for the first time since October.
Coding agents next.
Coding AI specialist Cognition is in early talks to raise hundreds of millions of dollars at a $25 billion valuation, more than doubling its prior price tag of just over $10 billion. The startup, founded in late 2023 by Scott Wu, Stephen Howe, and Walden Yan, builds an autonomous AI software engineer called Devon that can plan, write, test, and deploy code from end to end. The new round arrives just months after Cognition closed more than $400 million led by Founders Fund, and reflects the intense investor appetite for agents that can take ownership of full software projects rather than simply suggesting code suggestions.
Now to Texas chips.
Elon Musk on Friday confirmed that his Terafab project will manufacture AI chips on Intel's next-generation 14A process node, a major win for the struggling chipmaker. SpaceX, xAI, and Tesla will jointly fund the build-out, beginning with a research fab on the Giga Texas campus, capable of a few thousand wafers per month, with a long-term goal of producing 1 terawatt of computing capacity per year. Musk's $3 billion near-term commitment makes Terafab Intel's first major customer for 14A and offers a potential lifeline to Intel's foundry ambitions, which have lagged industry leader Taiwan Semiconductor by several technology generations.
On to Anthropic again.
Anthropic on Friday publicly acknowledged that recent slowdowns in its popular Claude Code tool were caused by 3 engineering missteps, not deliberate throttling as some users had alleged. The company identified a reduction in default reasoning effort from high to medium, a bug that caused the model to discard reasoning history mid-session, and a system prompt that capped responses at 25 words between tool calls. All 3 issues were resolved by April 20th, and Anthropic reset usage limits across all paying subscribers on April 23rd. The apology came as the company also publicly committed to keeping Claude advertisement free in the years ahead.
And one more deal to close.
Reports surfaced on Friday that Elon Musk's xAI has been in talks with French AI lab Mistral and code editing startup Cursor about forming a 3-way alliance to challenge OpenAI and Anthropic. According to Business Insider, the discussions involve plugging Mistral's frontier model capabilities into Cursor's developer tooling and running the workloads on xAI's Colossus supercomputer in Memphis. The talks come on the heels of a SpaceX option agreement that gives the rocket company the right to acquire Cursor for $60 billion later this year. Mistral co-founder Devendra Chaplot recently joined xAI to lead pre-training efforts.
That's your briefing for Saturday, April the 25th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.